Now we are going to see about data types in the C programming. So let's move on to the topic. So data type, what is a data type? In C programming, data types are declarations for variables. This determine the type and size of data associated with variable. For example, int my variable. Here my variable is a variable which is going to hold the value of integer type. The size of int is 4 bytes. C data types are used to identify the type of a variable when it is declared, identify a type of the return value of a function, then identify the type of a parameter expected by a function. So C data types. ANSI C provides three types of data types. One is primary, that is built-in data type, which is going to hold void, int, character, double and float. The second one is derived data types. The derived data types are nothing but the data types which are derived from the primary. So array, references and pointers are called derived data types. Then user defined data types, structure, union and enumeration are called user defined data types. So there are five primary fundamental data types: int for integer data, char for character data, float for floating point numbers, double for double precision floating point numbers, and then the fifth one is void. So these are the frequently used data types, and their range is also specified here. The first data type is character or integer. The byte allocated is 1. Then for unsigned char, it is one size 1 byte. For int, unsigned int, short int, assigned short int, the byte allocation is 2. Then long int, assigned long int, unsigned long int, float. So for these type, the memory allocation is 4 bytes. For double it is 8 bytes, and long double it is 10 bytes. In C there is no boolean data type. So primary data type. Every C compiler supports 5 primary data type: void, int, character, float double, int star, float star, character star, which is used to denote pointer type. There are three more data types have been added in C99, that are bool, complex and imaginary. So these are the this is the pictorial representation of C data type, which is of basic alone. So basic is categorized into integer, floating point and character. In integer we have signed and unsigned. Under signed we have int, shortened, long int. The same way we have unsigned int, unsigned shortened, unsigned long int. So in floating point we have float, double, long double. In character we have character, signed char, unsigned char. So integer data type. The integer data type is a set of whole numbers. Every integer value does not have the decimal value. We use the keyword int to represent integer data type in C. We use the keyword int to declare the variables and to specify the return type of a function. The integer data type is used with different type modifiers like long, short, signed and unsigned. The following table provide complete details about the integer data type. For integer, the byte is 2 bytes and format specifier is %d. For shortened, it is 2 byte and %d is used. For long int, it is 4 bytes and %d format specifier is used. For unsigned int and unsigned long int, the memory allocations of 2 bytes and 4 bytes and the format specifiers are %u. Next, consider this one. Integers are whole numbers that can have both 0, positive and negative values but no decimal points. For example, int id. You can declare multiple variables at once in C programming. For example, int id comma age. So these two variables are going to hold the value of integer. So that's why it is separated with commas. So short and long, if you need to use a large number, you can use a type specifier long. Here's how: long A, long B, long double C. So here likewise you can use for short and long data type. So signed and unsigned in C. Signed and unsigned are type modifiers. You can alter the data storage of data type by using them. For example, unsigned int x, int y. Here the variable x can hold only 0 and positive values because we have used the unsigned modifier. Considering the size of int is 4 byte, variable y can hold variables from minus 2 power 31 to 2 power 31 minus 1, whereas variable x can hold values from 0 to 2 power 32 minus 1. So floating point data types are a set of numbers with the decimal value. Every floating point value must contain the decimal value. The floating point data has two variants. One is float, double. Use the keyword float to represent floating point data type and double to represent double data type in C. Both float and double are similar, but they differ in the number of decimal places. The float value contains 6 decimal places, where double value contains 15 or 15 to 19 decimal places. The following table provides complete details about floating point data types. So type float, the memory size is going to be 4 bytes, and this format specifier we used here is %f. For double it is 8 bytes. The format specifier we are going to use is %ld. For long double, the format specifier is %ld and the byte allocation is 10. So these are the ranges for the different data types. Thank you.